Hello everyone, this is Yost Production bringing you motorcycling tips, because when the weather is decent outside and I hear that rum, I said, the bikers are out. And I have a guest in here to tell us about motorcycling. He's been at it for a while. Rodney Viverette, road name, The Spoiler. He's gonna give us some info. How did you get the name?
The name came from my wife. She says that I ruin everything, so she called me Dr. Killjoy, the Big Spoiler, and we just cut it down to The Spoiler.
And how long have you been doing it?
I've been riding motorcycles since 1988. Started on a real small bike, bought from a friend for $500, and now I ride a Harley-Davidson street glide.
That first bike, what was it like?
It was fun. It was fun. That's why you get into motorcycling, because the thrill of the speed. Don't let nobody else tell you anything different. We get into it for the thrill of the speed, and but we try to stay safe doing it. And that first bike was a small bike. It was a 400. So of course it was light and nimble and things of that nature. So, but it was fun.
And then you say you went to the run.
Right. As you go through your motorcycle career, because I call it a career, because I call myself a professional biker. That's a term that we coin here in the club. You tend to graduate up to the bigger cruiser bikes that'll take you a longer distance, versus the smaller bikes will be more in the city and for basic learning.
For someone who wants to get into biking, what do you need?
Well, I advise everybody to take a motorcycle safety class. There you'll get the proper information regarding gloves and helmets and boots and things of that nature, riding gear, proper safety maneuvers on the street. And it's a good intro if you've never ridden before at all. It's a good intro for safety wise.
Before you take the class, should you be familiar with a bike?
You don't necessarily have to be familiar with a bike, but you can go on YouTube or anything like that and see the familiarization. There's people that do videos and get you familiar with the clutch and the brake and how the system functions. But you don't necessarily have to have that to take the motorcycle safety class, because they're going to go over that whole thing for you. That's a beginner's level course.
And when we talk about the helmet, is a helmet required in all states or no?
A helmet is not required in all states. Some of the states, if you're over 18, you're not required to have a helmet on. That's a personal choice. I typically wear a helmet because I promised my wife I would. So to keep that promise, that's what I do. But I don't knock anybody that doesn't wear a helmet.
How about the gear? You're not required to have gear on, are you?
Well, if you're taking a safety class, they require you to have certain things once you get there. Okay, safety-wise. If you're riding with certain clubs or something other, they may have requirements that you ride with certain gear. There is a safety factor when you see people riding in shorts, flip-flops, and things, no glasses on, things of that nature. There's a safety factor that they're taking a risk. I wouldn't do that, but I live and let live.
You said a club. Which club do you belong to?
I belong to the Raw Iron Brotherhood MC out of Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
And when we talk about clubs, there's this, I guess, bike culture. Is the club part of that culture? Oh, without a doubt.
The club is club life is a big part of biker culture as a whole. There's other people who remain independent of clubs, but they just kind of hang out and whatnot. And then there's other people that don't do anything with clubs at all, and that's fine. There's room for everyone. If you're just an enthusiast, be an enthusiast and enjoy the road.
What's the pros and cons of belonging to a club?
Well, belonging to a club is just like any other organization. There's some time that you have to spend there, and there's other things going on other than just motorcycling. Okay, there's a whole bigger culture that you're actually part of, and so that encompasses what you're doing motorcycle wise. Versus there are some clubs that are just social in that aspect. They only come together just to ride, and that's it. They don't do anything else with the larger culture at a whole, except for like a bike night or a family function or something like that. But motorcycle club life can be very encompassing because it becomes part of your life.
Because I've seen groups that have fundraisers, they get scholarships and
Sure.
all that. Does your club do that?
My club is not necessarily set up that way. We are a very extended family, though, just like other clubs. But we just don't get into the fundraising, toy drives, and things of that nature. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just that this is a different type of animal here, and that's the way we treat it. It's a grown man sport, and we try to treat it that way and have respect for it that way.
Because, you know, when you're on the road and you see all these bikers come, you don't know whether they should be concerned or not concerned. Are they friend or foe?
99% of the time, they're just trying to get down to the highway and get to a destination. You know, they're trying to get where they're going. Most of the time, if they are serious pack riders, they will try to get out of your way. There are those people that are in cages, that's what we call cars, in their cages that get pissed off because you got all this loud noise coming down the highway. But hey, it's a free highway. Everybody should be able to enjoy it.
What is the longest, I guess, road trip that your group has taken or you've taken?
The longest I've been so far has been to Charlotte, North Carolina, and we took off on that trip. By the time we got to Kenosha, it started pouring buckets of, like, the heavens just poured out water on top of us, all the way down through Indianapolis, all the way down to Kentucky. So, but you know, when you got a destination, you go.
Okay, rain doesn't stop you. What do you pull over or what do you do?
No, for the most part, you know, unless it's just torrential, I've had only one occasion where I had to pull off the road for a while to kind of see if this storm would pull over. And the storm was nothing but a swirl. So at the end of the day, me and a partner of mine, hey, we gotta go, we gotta home, gotta work, gotta go to work.
Oh yeah, going back to bikes, I mentioned there are different styles of bikes. I see people bent over. I see people relaxed back. What are some of the different styles of bikes?
You have sport bikes, what we call cross rockers. Those things are built for nothing but speed. You have cruiser bikes that have a little bit more relaxed feel to it. You have touring bikes that are set up for like adventure touring, where they can kind of do a little bit of off-roading in if they want to. You've got dirt bikes that are strictly off-road and doing all the jumps and dirt roads and things of that nature. So there's a little bit of something for everybody in a motorcycle.
So when I see those dirt bikes, I guess I don't consider them motorcycles.
Oh yeah, they're definitely motorcycles. You can have a blast on them, an absolute blast.
Let's review what's needed for a beginner biker before we go out.
A beginner, you want to take some classes. Some people buy a bike first, which is nothing wrong with that. But some people wait till after they take the motorcycle safety class to buy a bike. Again, nothing wrong with that. In there, you're going to get, you know, proper helmet fitment, gloves, why you wear boots, why you wear long pants, why you wear safety glasses. You're going to get those type of beginner things so that you at least attack the thing as being as safe as possible.
Okay, and that's it for us, trying to get some tips for us beginners. This is Yost Production saying, run, run, and get out there for those who want to get started.